All right, I'm ready.
Yeah, we recording.
All right.
Oh, look, I just want y'all to know, look, bro, I got my nigga Jai Jizzle at the bottom or whatever. I got my nigga Wine and Ryan C gonna be join the room, I guess whenever you get settled or whatever when you get home. But right now, look, this is what it is. So what y'all talking about? What the deal is? What you talking about?
What's good? Man, nothing, man. Just catching up with
y'all.
y'all.
What y'all been doing? I mean, what y'all been seeing in the hip hop or in sports with the draft picks and Tekashi coming home making his avatar to let rant fucking trap in New York. You know what's good with that, man?
He came right back to trolling everybody.
Man, I'm like, label of a snitch is a lifetime scar. You always be in jail, nigga. Just smart as the boss. All I think about is that Jay-Z line, dog.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I have a different opinion on that than most people. It's kind of the same because, the way we all came up, we can't really honor, there's no honor in, telling. But at the same time, I think what a lot of people miss in his particular case, not every case, in his particular case is I can't really feel bad for them dudes because they broke the code. If what they're saying is true, what we read in the tabloids and all of the stuff, if what, by all accounts, they say it was true, if it was true, they broke a code too because you're not supposed to fuck your boy's old lady. You're not supposed to try to kill your boy. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or extort your boy. You know what I'm saying? Like if you my partner, if we did that robbery or if we did this or we did that, I'm not going to turn around and shoot you in your back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Once you already did with it and you wasn't ever my partner to begin with. So that's how, look, I'm not saying it's okay to rap, but at the same time, what I'm saying is he made a business decision. At that point, from my understanding, they were smashing, running trains on his old lady. They extorted him. They was gonna kill him. They got him on wire. The feds. He got lucky that the feds were already tapping them boys up. Right. The feds play him the tape. He don't even know, and the tape is like, "Hey, we gonna kill him."
Right.
So at that point, everybody could say that free, no ratting and all of that. I understand that. Right. And that's if we all went to war together and we all walk with honor. Them dudes didn't walk with honor.
Let me ask you this. And shout out to John. I know he let her wear a Chicago hat and all that. Well, what do you think about Sammy the Bull when he did the John Gotti? Now, John was saying all that stuff about Sammy, and Sammy got mad when he heard the illegal wiretap that the feds let him hear. I mean, the DA let him hear. Do you feel like Sammy the Bull had the right to do that because he was mad with John for saying what he said and, fuck it, I'm about to just tell everything now?
No, yeah, Sammy the Bull was a rat.
So here's a little different what Tekashi did?
Yeah, because them boys was doing business together. Right. There was animosity.
Sammy really was slanging iron, slamming, really killing niggas, and he really doing that shit. Like he knew.
Right. Yes, and we all know your boy wasn't really about that business, but that's not really what. But everyone brings that up, but that's not to try to side with Tekashi. Mm-hmm. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not bringing that up. He knew he wasn't really about that life. We know that. Mm-hmm. And but once you start playing by them rules, then you acknowledge it without, you acknowledge that this is the game that I'm going to play. But at the same time, all I'm saying is you can't expect someone to honor that code because they all put it like this. He a snitch, he a rat, but them boys, they ain't honorable. You know what I'm saying? Like them boys to me don't have no.
All them boys are slime balls to you, and you just feel like, I guess Tekashi.
Yeah.
Like he ain't a free dude, so they can't expect.
Think about what. Right. Think about what most snitches that we know have heard of, or from either personal or even from the the Frank Lucases and et cetera.
Police, Alpo telling on niggas in DC like I still
Alpo
like
right
come back to Harlem, and be cool in Harlem and you a guard and niggas popping champagne because you home, but you told on all these.
What you did? You ran on them boys in DC. Yeah, that's
right. Alpo, that's a perfect example. Alpo was the alpha. He was the killer. He was the one that when it was time for that action, he was going
He was going head first.
Alpo was a snitch to the 4th degree because them dudes, you only snitched because you was going down.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that boy snitched because in his eyes, his life was in danger. And these dudes, Alpo's boys wasn't doing him wrong. They wasn't smashing his old lady. They was living by a code. They was all getting money. And there was you understand what I'm trying to say?
You said,
I get what you're saying, but like some supposed to rat this nigga smash him all later. I mean, I get what you're saying though, but like, it's still some honor behind it. You ain't gonna sit up there and dime everybody out over a bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
I'm saying, look.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Look,
you know,
I'm saying this. Me and my partners, how we rocked and whatever we did, you know, to this day we're brothers. You know, there was honor. I would never smash my boy's old lady.
I agree with that too.
No, I agree with that, but I don't think that justifies the snitching though. I'm like, you had that for some street shit. You had that in the street.
But I don't know if I'd have went that low, cause like Jay said before, when he said no matter how pretty she is, we never like any girl. That's how we run. When you ain't around to spank your son. So I understand that part, but that's a whole nother topic about them. So what you feel about what I'm about to say? I mean, how you feel Pimp C would have felt about that in that era from the 90s? What would Pimp do?
I mean, we can hear. I think we can hear it now. Everybody listening to this that sees this could hear him. You know, we can hear his voice and what his mannerisms, what he'll say about it. But like I said, at the same time, you know, I think a lot of people don't give it that much thought. Mm-hmm. There is no thought in me snitching on my partners because we all went down. Oh, I went down. That's you snitching. Mm-hmm. Now, all I'm saying is that, okay, put it like this. Tekashi's a real gangster. Let's say he's a real gangster, right? Everything that happened.
Right.
He finds out they running trains on his old ladies and they extorting to kill him and all of that.
Right.
A real gangster would have did, hey, that's my boys, but they violated the code. They all gotta die.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like you can take it in the street, but I mean,
but he wasn't no gangster.
Right. Yeah.
They knew what there was. You just basically saying they knew what they was getting. Now there's something else I want to think about. Ja, how you feel about the dudes from UK saying like if dudes from New York drill don't give them their credit in the UK, they gonna like start jacking rappers if they come over there and are like
they've been doing that for a while.
I mean, yeah, like
but the UK drill feels some type of way like they ain't getting their credit. So how you feel about that?
Go ahead.
I mean, I like UK drill and I like New York drill. I mean, but of course, the home of drill is Chicago. But at the same time, I don't think a lot of people think that the UK are like, oh, they're not really doing what they talking about. Them boys really out there. This kid ain't got the guns. They have really strict gun laws and stuff where they can't get guns. Knives. Stabbing the fuck out of people and shit. Like them niggas really. They really about their shit though. I mean, they might like have all these elegant actions. Oh, you bloody bastard and shit like that. You know what I mean? But them niggas really, handling their business.
You said so they're not drilling, they poking with you. So you said if they're not.
I mean, I guess that's their idea of drilling this shit. But I mean,
niggas up, right? But I mean, I guess.
But either way, to say that, I mean, a lot of New York rappers have been taken, especially like Chef G actually sat there and took a lot of the UK beats. Right. And like Pop Smoke, rest in peace, Pop Smoke. Pop Smoke used a lot of those type of.
But he was using Mellow 808. That was his producer he working with, right?
Not too familiar with the producers' names, but they have a sound like the UK sound kind of more darker, like more.
But see, what I like about the UK sound a lot too? I feel like it's more clubbier. Like the way Pop Smoke song was deal, and like just the way UK doing it is like it got that energy of Chicago, but it makes you dance more too. It's just like I don't know. It's just something that it do. To the club or whatever, that energy is it's like they kind of added something to it that make it like everybody just like paying attention to it a lot more, whatever what UK was doing, and like I said, New York kind of running with it. And
I think with the UK cats, I think they have a lot of influence, obviously Caribbean influence, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think you hear that too, but at the end of look, I'm gonna be real with you, man. I'm not trying to discredit nobody or nothing, man. But I mean, I don't want to hear no dudes that rap that sound like they wrote the Constitution. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't get into it. Like I try. I'm like, hey, blah blah blah, and I'm just can't like that. That ain't some shit that I could just turn up and just.
I feel you because like that's the whole thing. The accent, we heard a lot.
Their accents are ugly. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, but actually, I really don't honestly listen to too much UK drill either. Like I said, I enjoy the instrumentals though. Like I said, that's why I like New York.
It's tight.
That's why I kind of like New York's like drill, because they use a lot of their style like instrumentals, but rap, in a way that we can, relate to a little bit better over here.
Right. That's why I say I like what they're doing, and I think it's dope. But like you said, I think a lot of people say they can't get with the accent. Because I was talking to a dude from Denver, and he was like, "We got a dope scene out here." And I was listening to some of the artists he was letting me hear, and I'm like, he said the only thing people be saying, like, we say everything too proper and we pronounce everything right. And like Juan said, I guess is that the accent and all that, and just we can't really. But I don't know. Like you said, everybody loved the Beatles, Juan. When they was big, they ain't had no problem with fucking Paul McCartney. But I mean, come on, John
I mean, that's true, but I mean,
but you couldn't hear their accent.
But the Beatles and Paul McCartney weren't talking gangster shit though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you're right.
And they were singing. You couldn't hear their accents.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, you only hear the accents really, I guess, truly when they talk.
Them boys sounded like like they in a spelling contest or something. They sound like they get that shit. Don't listen. It's cool if I could hear those English accents, like on the news or the weather, or they're telling me, hey, this is how we gonna beat the swine flu or the kung flu, whatever. Okay.
It was also you cool with it or whatever. They give you breaking news from over there.
But if they talk about slanging and they moving bricks and all of that, like, nah, dog, like I don't believe.
Well, if you like you said, we probably don't understand the accents a little bit too much, but we do love their production. They beats dope. We could agree.
Yeah.
The UK got some banging ass tracks that they're doing right now.
I love it, but I mean, at the end of the day, hey, it's drill sound and New York drill, and it'll start in Chicago. But that, as a subject we've talked about plenty of time, that drill music, really, we know where that sound comes from. That's Manny Fresh and them sound.
Yeah, I know.
And that's 3-6 Mafia sound.
But see, I'm going to say, what I was saying, niggas get mad at me. I say, Paul and them influenced Atlanta sound and all that, man, and them with the 808s and shit. But I say, Waka Flocka, Southside, 808 Mafia, Lex Luger was doing, and Waka Flocka with the dreads. Yeah. When Waka had the dreads on his face, all sweaty next to Gucci, and he was a shooter. He was looking just like Chief Kid and them with the fucking dreads.
Oh, yeah. The look, definitely,
that was all that. I go hard in the paint with the dread. That was it. That was really Waka or whatever. And like I said, I love what Chicago did, but I'm like, come on, bro.
Yeah, I love it.
Chicago people came from the South. Like a lot of them people came from Mississippi.
No. It's the Great Migration.
The first one. So, like I said, we know they got.
No, I ain't hating on Chicago. I love Chicago. And Chicago's a city that also, Chicago's like a New Orleans to me. Like there's not too many cities. Not just culturally, but also. The rappers on the Chicago stuff I do, especially, and then the man that founded Chicago lived in New Orleans before he left Haiti, John Baptiste Point du Sable. He founded Chicago. There's a lot of connections there, but I'm not taking nothing from that, and that's what a lot of people take.
Right.
We just older cats. How I have these conversations with my son, and I'm like, son, I heard this before in this business. So listen, all I'm saying, the Southsides, the Lex Lugers, the Zaytovens, all of those cats are Manny Fresh's kids.
Of course, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what you know what I'm saying.
DJ Paul, that's all they did.
DJ Paul and Juicy J, like all of that sound. Look, I love them.
Too.
If anything, what I'm bigging them up because I think Manny Fresh is the greatest of all time. I think DJ Paul and Juicy J are the greatest of all time. I think they're great.
I think the evolution is just like you got Sugar.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You got Sugar Ray Leonard. You got Muhammad Ali, Joe Louis. You got Mike Tyson. You got Floyd Mayweather. Everybody keep coming and all that. So
it's a continuation.
It didn't just start with you. Do the world been around 1 billion years.
It's a beautiful thing. All I'm saying is when I say the younger cats say it started here, it's just a general reminder. Hey man, this came from over here, and that's all it is. I'm not taking nothing from them, boy. I love Chief Keef. When I heard that love so I was like, dang. I was like, dang.
That shit was so hard.
That was hard. And the thing, Chicago, and I was trying to say this earlier, Chicago's one of those cities, maybe Chicago, definitely Chicago, New Orleans, where when I hear a rapper coming out there talking that gangster shit, I believe him.
It's believable. And
right,
they
credited
Chicago a tough place.
Expound on your Chicago love and your Midwest where your roots too, what I've been in, Milwaukee, and your love for one of your favorite cities, like you said, Chicago, and the music scene. What you think?
Like I said, Wait, I'm not sure what you asked me though, bro.
Like I'm saying, just like about staying in Milwaukee and all that in that area, and then you just love Chicago so much, and just the Midwest and what you know and just what you love about they sound and everything that that you like about
them. Yeah, I just like it, bro. You know what I mean? It's like I said, it's part of my roots. You know what I mean? When I was coming up.
Right. That's what I said. Like I said, I know you. Like I said, I just feel like I said, everybody got their little sound. I feel like Chicago definitely put that on the map. They slangs, the realness in their music, being so authentic and all that.
The culture in Chicago.
I've been with Chicago to have somebody. When I was thinking about like back in the day, like with Common and Twister with and Do or Die.
The crucial conflict.
Yeah, fucking right. Do or Die when I was a kid. That was definitely one of my favorite little groups.
West was always on that tongue twisting shit. There was like more rap, like Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Right. And that's how the whole beef started up between Bone Thugs and Harmony and Twister.
3-6.
Well, Twister 3-6.
Well, them niggas too though.
Yeah, they were beefing too.
Right.
Because everybody wanted to say they claimed that speed rap shit. But like you said, 3-6 and them actually, they definitely had like a long beef because, y'all started that dark style shit and we started this, you know what I mean?
Mystic.
So,
but Chicago, one of them cities, man, where it's just, their culture is very strong and they truly, a lot of, if you go back further, the most talented artists, they all, and just the people in general, they all have roots down here, Mississippi, because of the Great Migration and everything that happened. But
when I was up there,
Chicago.
Yeah, when I was up there, when I was in the Midwest, all my friends were like, they were like, where you from? I'm from Louisiana. They're like, man, I got family down there. I got my grandma from Mississippi or Alabama. A lot, like you said, their roots definitely run deep from the south.
The spot in Chicago that everybody love is called Harold's. And the man Harold, I think his name Harold Pierce, he from Alabama. And that's why when I went up there and we had stopped because we was coming from Gary, Indiana, and we was on a dedication tour and we had stopped and we had ate at Harold's. They got different Harold's in different parts that do like their own little thing because they franchises. But I remember when I was looking at the menu, they had perch on there. And I'm like, perch? I'm like, this is some southern shit. Like, you only eat perch in the south with all them fucking bones and them fish. So when I asked the lady or whatever and all that, like how you knew, this probably was a person that owned this from the south. I said, because the perch, she said, yeah, he was from Alabama. So that go to show you the roots from the south to the Midwest with Chicago and all that. So like I said, there's a lot of love with that. How y'all, what I about to say, I was listening to whatchamacallit last night too. I don't know if y'all got a chance to listen to that boy. Wayne had his own.
Oh, I didn't check it out, man. I was trying to catch it.
It was nice though. He had Dion on there. He's calling Dion Onk, like how we were talking in New Orleans. Dion was talking and all that stuff like that.
Time, man.
Yeah, he had a baby playing some music for him, and Travis Scott had came on and shit and was talking.
Oh wait. Oh, so he kind of had like a podcast or something.
Yeah, it was kind of like how Apple be letting you have your little radio station. So his DJ T. Lewis was like playing like Young Money records, like all Young Money shit, dope shit, Wayne shit, and Wayne artists and all that. And then Wayne had certain people that came through like on a webcam. They were checking in, like Dion checked in with him. Meg Cantrell was talking about, like, she was the first guest on there, just talking about what's going on in New Orleans with the coronavirus. How many people that died and all that. It just affecting us so bad in Louisiana and stuff like that, and just all over, like I said, especially African American people. And my cousin, doing better or whatever. And all, he was in the hospital 3 weeks and all that, and it was looking bad for him. But through the grace of God,
I had at least 5 different members of my family caught that shit.
Yeah.
But all of them recovered. My uncle were the first one. They from Gretna. They end up having that shit, and they end up having to get hospitalized for a little while. But thankfully, they made it out, and they all, like, everybody's doing better now and shit. But that's just crazy, dude.
Yeah, definitely.
That hit hard.
Yeah, I'm thinking about. That's why I said the shit that governor doing and fucking is crazy. Like, you aggressive like that to open up barber shops, tattoo shops and bowling alleys and movie theaters. Like, what's wrong with you? Like the lady in Vegas, the mayor, she said, "Well, we could."
He wanted to be,
we could let the people in the casino figure it out. Like, what? Like, you gonna let them do it? Like, people touching the dice, people touching the slot machines. Yeah. Like, you gonna keep wiping the dice down with Lysol wipes every time? Like, come on, that shit gonna spike again. But I don't really understand like how you can get these jobs, brother, just be in these positions to have all this power over people in their lives and your life in their hand. And he's a bunch of boneheads, numbskulls. But
yeah, It's the power of the dollar, man. A lot of those politicians taking those backroom deals and cuts on a lot of different industries, and it's fucking up their money. So they getting pressured. And then also they getting pressure from just regular people that, I mean, listen, the thing is all like everything else that shouldn't, it should be universal. Don't matter, what political party you are a part of. Right. And like everything else in this country, they politicize it. So now the people on the right, they're supposed to be trying to open it up, and then the people on the left are more conscious of the issues at hand and health. But in reality, we all work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We all have loved ones. None of us want to get sick. At the same time, we all also want to go to work. The problem is that the government isn't on the same page, and then the people all too busy trying to just spite each other. They might feel the same way,
right?
But they just gonna, because you represent somebody different than them and different beliefs, they just gonna go against what you gotta say, even if it costs them their health.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, why not let the science guide you? Like, if the science telling us that social distancing, don't open up this fast, whatever, because we might have a second spike or whatever, then the hospital might get overwhelmed again, then it's going to be even more months of this shit. So, like I said, the longer it takes, I saw a party that showed me, somebody showed a party in Chicago, everybody was in that bitch. Nobody ain't got masks on there, and that bitch like it's house party, nigga.
It was like 1,000 people at that party.
Even I saw some shit in Florida, they had like a big old block party, everybody out there, like, I'm like, damn, and it's black.
There's been block parties all over the country and shit.
Like, come on, man. Like, come on, we gotta do better.
Them boys was in there grabbing asses. It was tight.
Nigga trying to holler at bros and shit with no mask on, run up on girls. Some girls gonna feel mace on their fucking head, like, stay back. Like, you getting too close, you gotta social distance. Some of them they got to pull out that shit on. What I about to say?
But it's younger people, and it's black people, it's white people, it's younger people. They horny. I mean, think about it.
Yeah, because the white people doing it on the beaches. They doing it in Florida.
That's what I was about to say.
Think about it. You 20. Look, think about it like this, Geedy. You 20 years old, or Jai, you 20 years old, you're 18 years old. You know how you was feeling back then. Right. And like you ain't got no ass in the house.
Right, yeah, you want to fuck everything. So like you say, it's a lot of people just not taking it.
You're not thinking, when you young, you're not thinking like that. Logical. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, you're not thinking logical. And I'm not excusing them because, but we all did stupid stuff when we're young. I think you look at those young kids, they just trying to have fun and get their dick wet.
Right.
And they're not thinking about the consequences.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because all that, like you said, hopefully every time we fall off a bike or we bump our head or we feel a stove kind of hot, we don't do it again. So hopefully people learn, because like you said, at the end of the day, other people lives could be on the line by it or whatever. What I was about to say, what you thought about that shit when that boy French was saying that he had more hits? Because I mean, we know Kendrick got more hits than him, but this man really sat up there and said he had more hits than Kendrick.
I think
French Montana got more hits than who?
He said he had more hits than exactly Kendrick Lamar.
Get the fuck out here, man.
I know.
Thug was going off from Thug, like, man, you tripping, man. You got more hits than them. Like,
nah, nigga.
I think I don't like French Montana.
I don't like that.
I never really. It's not that I don't like him. I just never understood what
I thought he was fly. He had the swag with his music, but that's all it really was. He was like a one-trick.
I love Max B. I love they hood. I love Harlem. The Bronx. I love him. I love Max B. But French Montana, I never understood. French Montana I don't get it. He should have way more hits than he does if he was fucking Puffy. You know what I'm saying?
No, I ain't gonna do my dog like that, dog. Damn.
Well, I mean, look. No. Look at this stupid ass. Don't like that shit. Talking about Puffy, right?
Hold up, man.
I know he was gonna get mad. But no, man. I think, look, as whatever. I don't think he was trying to diss. I don't think it was like he was just trying to get his name popping out there. But he was looking at the DJ battles, and I think that's what that was. He was just saying, let's do a little, it wasn't like he was like, hey, I'm better than Kendrick Lamar. It was kind of like he was just trying to do one of those IG battle type deals. But I think even he himself knows that, I mean, is he saying hits? Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking to myself, Kendrick Lamar only got 4 albums, but he's got a lot of hits.
Yeah, he had a lot of hits. They had broke it down on the internet. They had all of them, but it was
I'm about to say how many hits
he had. And I think French only had like 2 main ones that was really even some, but Kendrick had a lot of them. Like it wasn't.
I think French Montana he's involved in a lot of hits.
Poetic Justice.
Mm-hmm.
Off the
He's
first
got
album, Swimming Pools.
Yeah.
That was big. That was a big one. I think that was his biggest hit. That one and Bitch Don't Fuck My Vibe Up or whatever.
Right, don't kill my vibe.
I know I sounded old right now.
It was way more than that.
Yeah, Kendrick got way more. Kendrick.
French Montana he involved in a lot of hits.
Too. How y'all felt about this? Because like I said, a lot of people was getting on me and they was feeling like I was just being biased towards you want remove.
Well, I know where you're going with this. You ain't gonna like what I got to say.
They were talking about Young Boy and hold on. Let me see. Is it starting another one? Let me see. Yeah, I guess we good. Whatchamacallit, like when they were saying about, we was talking about Young Boy, whatever, like they was talking about Young Boy was influenced a lot by Kodak. Now I know he did the little dance, and I know he had the little shit he said like Kodak, and I understand it.
He missed it. He loved him.
By Kodak. Young Boy could have probably been influenced by him. But I was like, how many artists from Florida honestly was influenced by Louisiana artists? Now, I don't know that many Florida artists that influenced New Orleans artists or Louisiana. I'm just being honest. I like Trick, but I don't know that many people that publicly said it. But I done heard a lot of Florida artists publicly say that they was influenced by the Hot Boys, Wayne, Boosie,
Rick Ross, who else? And then they gonna start fussing about North Florida, South. Listen, them cats in North Florida, from Duval to the other county.
Duval said that twerk started in the Caribbean. I'm like, dude, the word came from New Orleans. That's a fact. And I said, look, Duval, your song, Living My Best Life, when you first come on and you took DJ Jimmy line, we're going to start this thing all right. We got, Smile, I'm living my, do it, baby, stick it. That's DJ Jimmy, 1992. The main
yeah, exactly. Look, North Florida, look, I don't know.
Shout out to Uncle Luke.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, it's no artist has been more influential, and especially since the last 20 years, than the artists from New Orleans. I mean, that's just fact. It's not just
Boosie and Weber. Look, all that I count Boosie and Weber.
That's the thing. Everyone's talking about Boosie and them. Who do you think Boosie got influenced?
Right. Yeah. Well, he said it.
In the Zoom video and all that, they came out with the Fleur de Lis hats and DJ. What's your boy that makes the beats?
Mouse always loved Manny Fresh. Like, yeah, Mouse loved Manny Fresh.
That's a Manny Fresh sound. You know what I'm saying?
They always said the wine. They always say that they was influenced by it, but I was like, when Kodak was doing, like, Kodak, you was influenced a lot by Boosie. Like, come on, let's be real.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of your style coming. When I was telling them, they was like, man, Kodak name come from off the documentary when the dude said he got his name from the dude gave him that name. I said, man, when Boosie said that shit on Smoking on Purpose, he said, buying throwback after throwback, everybody want to take pictures. They're like, damn, you missed the Kodak. Kodak. He said that.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. That's a fact. Kodak Black was like 9 years old when it came out.
I'm not even disputing that. All of them dudes from North Florida, they whole accents change. I've been out there before the storm.
South Florida, Central Florida.
They have them North Florida accents. They sound just like them Alabama accents, or even North Louisiana,
right?
Or Mississippi accents.
South Florida sounded. I think South Florida sounded a little different because South Florida got a lot of Spanish influence on that state. Got a lot of.
But that North Florida. They
sound country.
They talking like
30. If they 30 and older,
the top.
If they 30 and older, they know what they sound like, and they know what them boys sound like now.
Yeah.
As soon as Katrina hit, a lot of people ended up over there, and it's okay. I don't understand why people don't want to give people the credit. It's okay. Everyone from New York, saying you dig. All of them dudes for Dipset was saying you dig. All of that shit was from New Orleans.
Right.
All of them boys, that shit was, it always, it's okay, everybody.
Now, it's a lot of stuff that I be trying to tell you. It's some stuff that we pull from other places because it's like I said, a lot of New Orleans love Philly and love Dipset. And all
they love Meek Mills. I don't know why.
It got influenced a lot by them. And that's why
they love Meek Mills.
New Orleans took them like, we poured a lot. We was influenced by New York and we was influenced by Cali too. When everybody was liking Pac. And everything with Depp Row and all that soul shit that influenced us too. So, but that's the whole thing. We could be honest and say these things influenced us too and all that. We could say Uncle Luke did sign Bust Down back in the day.
Uncle Luke,
So we salute Uncle and he gave us H-Town when niggas was fucking girls to that Knocking Boots. That was a big song for us. So we love Uncle Luke for that. Plus he made the girls, Doodoo Brown.
Yeah. No, listen, Uncle Luke, a legend. I mean, and look, I'm not gonna look. All I'm gonna say about that, I agree, but at the same time, I'll say, I'll take Kodak Black what started, you gotta understand why they're about roughly the same age. I think Kodak's like what, 24 right now or something? And Young Boy's like 21. But Kodak's been rapping since he was like what, 14? He had that mixtape.
Right.
You know, and which was really good.
Yeah.
Very talented dude. I think the drugs done got to him the last, but that happens to all of them dudes.
Yeah.
I say this.
Even John Coltrane, Miles Davis had, and Ray Charles.
Yeah, it goes hand in hand. What can you say? But I say this, Kodak, for all of the crazy shit he be saying now and doing, but Kodak's a better rapper to me than Young Boy. It's not close.
Oh, what?
I'm sorry, it's not even close. Kodak.
To be honest, like I said, I only listened to a little bit of Kodak, but I mean, honestly, to be honest, I'm not gonna be like, I listened to full albums of him. I never really was a big fan of Kodak Black, but I am a fan of Young Boy, and I'm like, the shit that I compare to Young Boy and Kodak is not even comparable, dog. The nigga, I don't know. Kodak.
I don't know.
I don't know. To me, that's my opinion. But no, yeah, Young Boy is definitely better than. Kodak.
I think y'all could. I think if you think he's better, no, that's cool. But I think they're definitely comparable. You know what I'm saying? If they're a lot similar in how they act too, in some of the stuff they be getting into. But I mean, I like Kodak. Kodak had his little draw. He had his little style. A lot like you said. And that's why I like Kodak, because Kodak reminded me. Kodak was when's the last time you heard young dudes spitting that gangster shit and you really was feeling it or whatever? It was BG.
Yeah. It
was Wayne at a young age, but BG more than anything. And that's who he reminded me of. He might have not sounded like BG, but he reminded me when I heard him that young spitting that stuff. And I'm like, man, I really like
what I loved about Kodak too, I loved his Florida pride. I love when I see him with the Florida Gator jackets on and shit and jerseys. I just liked his whole Haitian pride he was doing with where he was from, the pride. And like you said, he was all the way down south. He had his golds in his mouth. He embodied everything Southern from a 90s baby. So I thought that was dope as fuck.
That's why I liked him.
Be on that type of shit. That's why I loved him. Just like I liked it how Dolph coming, how Moneybagg Yo coming. I like all the stuff, all this that just keep that down south.
Oh, Lil Baby. I think just now Wayne said he a big fan.
Wayne said he a big fan of Lil Baby. I like.
I think.
Yeah, actually, I like Lil Baby. He's cool. Like I like Lil Baby and Lil Baby.
Like niggas be thinking I don't like Atlanta. I'm like, dog, I love Atlanta. Like I'm like T.I. my favorite rapper. But I was telling niggas, I'm like, y'all act like I'm taking shots at the 8 when they doing shit wrong. I'm saying shit. I'm like, T.I. did the same thing. T.I. came on the album dissing niggas and all that shit, saying how niggas represent Atlanta wrong and niggas wearing funny haircuts and skinny jeans. Like T.I. was saying all kinds of shit going at Gucci, then Gucci went at him, talking what kind of nigga, wear suit and all that's like your dog Juan was bombing on Gucci, then Jeezy. So Atlanta had their little moments too, and T.I. was the main one getting at everybody before he took the crown. But like I said, if it's wrong, it's wrong. You gotta call it out like Young Pimp. He telling them, dog, ain't nothing wrong with that. You gotta just say what it is. If you real, you gonna respect it. If
no, T.I. had a good little one. I don't know, Atlanta. I feel like the whole thing with Atlanta is that Atlanta put in, they have to listen. They got Outkast and Organized Noise and the Dungeon Family. They already had a wave, but I feel like a lot of once that 2000s hit and then they started popping. What was it though?
The John really
the
took
Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, like
that was the group they started out with. Yeah,
but first Lil Jon got it.
That was a bootleg Hot Boys. That Boys in the Hood. That was a bootleg Hot Boys.
I mean, I can see that. I
don't know, man. Like all of those dudes, that was a bootleg Hot Boys. Come on. And I don't know, man. I just feel like they all Beyonce to everybody. They all, I know Beyonce she's from H-Town, but I'm saying that I felt like in that time, and Atlanta was the most prominent city doing it. A lot of people was taking dances and phrases and sounds from New Orleans, and they was just popping it like, oh no, we running this now. Like that's how I don't know. Them cats in Atlanta.
I mean, the main thing I told you that like I talked about with Geedy before is that. I think the main thing that Atlanta had was they like snapping music. That was literally the only thing I could say that I remember. Like, I don't think they got influenced by anybody else from that kind of music. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you're right. Because crunk music was kind of like from 3-6.
From Memphis to me, yeah, that was definitely Memphis sound.
Talking about snap was really their music.
That was the only thing I could think of that honestly they made originally. I can't think of anywhere else where they got that shit from. But like I said, Memphis definitely brought up
Laffy Taffy
before that though. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they had the futuristic run too. When they had that sound, but the trap sound was their sound, but it was derived from other stuff. But I mean, that's the thing. even though it was, we could still see where the influences came to kind of spark it. Just like I tell people, I feel like, yeah, we was doing a bounce in New Orleans. I feel like what Luke was doing was kind of like what the bounce rappers was doing with the shaking the ass shit. Like what Luke and them were doing, even though our shit sound different, but we could say Luke was the first person on that kind of shit with Two Live Crew. Before we had girls shaking ass, it was Luke doing it. It's just the bass music, different the bounce music, but we can still tell it was kind of derived from that. I still can't act like Luke wasn't doing that. Like I'd be
he was. No, he was.
Like, man, we just did that. First, when I was telling my partner the same way, like, man, no, man, we Luke's stuff was different. Like, dog, Luke was the nigga had the girls dancing, man. Our girls danced better with it, at shaking their ass, but Luke was doing that, calling them spy shit. See, to go back to the other stuff about the South, I was telling somebody, I feel like when the South really, really, truly took over before Atlanta had their big run, I feel like when Outkast and Goody Mob did they did their thing and put the South in the conversation. But you know, at that time, Death Row, still turning. Jermaine Dupri was doing what he was doing, but it wasn't like a major, like we running shit like Death Row and Bad Boy was doing. When those two labels kind of dissolved, because well, at least the gangster part, because Big died, that gangster rap kind of was going away, and then Suge and them had all kind of stuff going on with Death Row. When Master P came up, and then everybody see how much money he was getting, how much commercial success he was having as a gangster rapper, that inspired everybody in the South. So you get niggas like Jeezy, you get people like Coach Ken P, you get people like, you know, so many people, because Jay Prince inspired them, but nobody like the Ghetto Boys and do what Master P and them did on a level with all that
numbers.
Cash Money did, came behind them, had a bigger deal, and then they went on tour with Rough Riders. That was groundbreaking. For them to say, damn, these New York niggas like getting money like that, and they got their own company, and these their real cars, and they rocking ice like this, and they coming to car shows, laying their stunt down like this. These country southern ass niggas.
Yeah.
Man,
and that's why I looked at it in that moment at the Source Awards with Andre when he said,
95,
you know, I forgot what he
said. The South got something. We got
right.
All y'all closed-minded folks act like
right. So to me, they put on for as far as lyricism, you know, Quan's
why you should break up,
you know.
Yeah, breaking up a little. We were breaking up a little. What you saying?
Oh, my bad. So I think Atlanta, as far as Outkast, Dungeon Family, Organized Noise with the production, you know, they were more like, hey, we're lyricists, we're artists, you know, like we're 1-1 with y'all. Right. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they maybe their record sales, not that they were bad, but they weren't on par with the Suge Knights and the Bad Boys and all of that. Now, what Master P did, and I don't think people talk about it enough, I think now it's crazy because we're having this conversation 10 years ago, and then you go back 10 years before that, people wasn't giving their props. Now it's kind of like a thing that's known, they can't ignore it. But what Master P did and No Limit did was they basically, and Atlanta was popping and they had that era after. But what you got to give No Limit in New Orleans and Master P and them, they made the South pop as far as they sold millions and millions and millions and tens of millions of records. And this is the thing. Nobody up north and nobody on the East Coast was claiming they was buying them, but they were not regional numbers. Those were huge numbers. That they
you can't just sell it. There ain't even enough people in our area for that.
Right. That's why when I was thinking about what Nelly was saying, Juan,
if they were buying those records. This is
no, you going? I'm my bad.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, what Master P and them did is they basically made the South pop and popular when they didn't want to. When the East Coast and the West Coast and the listeners, they were getting that first like man, this is mainstream at this point. You know what I'm saying? They were putting up mainstream numbers, and what they did is basically we had the South popping. You know, like you said, Scarface and them, they was doing their thing. UGK, they was doing their thing. You know, the Ghetto Boys, but No Limit. What Master P did was bust that bitch wide open to where like y'all we get national numbers. Right. You know what I'm saying? We gonna worldwide
record deals, and we getting distribution deals. I could put out a record when I want. I don't gotta worry about no white man telling me when I want. And I'm gonna tell him what the fuck I want to do. Then, like I said, Baby them come behind and do it, and that kind of sent a message to everybody. Like Jay and them got joint ventures. Diddy got a joint venture. Russell had a production deal. That Row had a joint venture. No Limit Cash Money had distribution deals, and it was getting big advances. And like I said, they just influenced the hell out the game. and all that, and everybody wanted the No Limit Soldier, Cash Money Million. Another thing I was thinking about when Nelly was talking about if he was from New York, how big he would have been, even though he wanted an artist that went diamond as a rapper. I know Eminem did too, as a rapper in the Midwest. He said, if I was from New York, I would have been even bigger. And I think about what Wayne did when he was dropping on the mixtapes, like No Ceilings, the dedications, the drops, all that shit, and put out the Carter 3 and sold 1,066,000 in the first week. If Wayne was from New York, Wayne would be like a real god to people. But by him being from New Orleans, Wayne, I feel like he don't get enough credit because he's not from the Mecca.
Still, you know, I don't know about that, though. I feel like he still get enough credit. Like, I mean, a lot of people still put him in their top favorites, though. I mean, like,
yeah, but they still never say
Kendrick Lamar did. That was one of the major influences.
The younger people
be number one, though, Ja. If he was from New York, he would be number one. What he done with the mixtape, the way he took the mixtapes to a whole nother level, because 50 and Dipset did what they did with the mixtape, but Wayne changed the game where niggas get on your fucking song.
Right, he just steal your beats and go fucking ham on them. You know what I mean?
Like, he did this. He was a terror. He was raining terror on the game for like 2 years straight. So
yeah,
at a high level, a lot of niggas put out mixtapes every time they drop mixtapes every month and all like they be doing that, but that shit be whack. Wayne was putting out
whack as a motherfucker.
And he was
like,
giving us great help.
Every mixtape Wayne dropped, the shit was fucking amazing.
And every
like,
verse
literally, he don't put out no bullshit.
Every feature he got on, it was hot from any type of genre he got on. So that's what I'm saying. If he was from New York, do y'all feel like they would have treated him different if he was from New York or something like that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely. You would have got more praise from that. But I mean, I still think, to be honest, I'm not trying to like be funny. Like I said, I think he still is getting praised. Right. Like a lot of people still put him in this like their favorite rappers. But I mean, like you said, he might have gotten a lot more shine if like had he been from like a bigger city like New York or like LA or one of the ones that actually, you know, where they feel like they control different things. Especially because like New York always has that like, you know, superiority complex kind of like, oh, we better than this, we started this. And,
and it's still there. It's still there.
It's definitely, you're right. You're right. It's definitely still
I think it's
go ahead.
I think it's still there. I think it's still there. I think both of y'all are right. And I noticed that too. You know, Wayne's getting his props, but it's more from, I want to say, the 30-year-olds present day and down. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter where they're from, it don't matter where they're from. I think the older cats our age, 35 and up, 36, those guys to this day, you know, especially those New York guys, they don't, or the I say those Northeast guys, they still don't put Wayne up there. They don't consider Wayne as one of the GOATs, and he is. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a generational thing. You know what I'm saying? Because like, look at the game now. Wayne got grandkids. You know what I'm saying? Wayne don't just got kids. He got Young Thug, and then you got Young Thug's got his kids, Uzi, and all of that is Wayne's tree. You know what I mean? That's all. I love Lil Uzi. That's a little dude. I love him. You know, that's basically a Wayne, auto-tune Wayne, you know, with not really too much of the bars that Wayne had. You know what I'm saying? That's just like a little aspect to him, but that's one of his trees. Right. You know what I'm saying? To me, you know, so he's influential. If you look at all the categories about the GOAT rappers, he checks all of them. You know what I'm saying? He checks all of them. So,
and I'm a Jay-Z fan, and niggas act like I'm hating. If I said it, I could really honestly say that, dog. Like, I'm a Jay-Z fan, but I can't be biased. If you look at the stats and look at where Wayne started, just like Michael Jackson started young. You know, a lot of people that start real young, Kobe, all these people that start young and do it so long, of course they're going to be special at it. And Wayne been doing it at a high level with a great company for years. Cash Money outlasted everybody. And
they outlasted everybody.
They started with, they peers. So, to say that Wayne is not great, he started like Jay-Z was a late bloomer. Wayne was an early, like Wayne came out the gate going hard. He was going hard even when he couldn't even curse. So he always steps up to the challenge, and Wayne reinvented himself so many times. Then he did it at a time when he had Drake and Nicki. You got two superstar artists, and you still going hard. All y'all still going hard. Like, who could do that? Like, I mean, two of them. I mean, Kanye did come with Jigga or whatever, but like I said, Wayne just, like I said, I don't know. I still wonder how it would have been if Jigga would have did all the mixtapes like Wayne did.
Yeah, no, I think, you know, Wayne for sure. I mean, yeah, like you said, Jay-Z, I'm not saying.
Putting out an album a year. Jigga, my dog, but Jigga was putting out an album a year. Wayne was dropping mixtapes
like multiples a year, bro.
You can't hold that against Jay-Z because at that time, the mixtape game and the way music was put out, it was different. You know, Wayne is one of the forefront runners of that mixtape.
I guess it was a perfect storm for Wayne to do what he did, because Jay really didn't have to do that, because I guess Jay was already at the top of his game. He didn't have to do that. Wayne was trying to do that, to turn it up and say, look at me. I'm about to show y'all I'm going to rap so much, y'all going to get tired of hearing me. I guess
Wayne, it was just, it's a different,
Wayne was on everybody's shit, dog.
Right. All Jay-Z had to do, and they did it. All Jay-Z had to do was go to Hot 97, go on there, spit a couple of freestyles. You know what I'm saying? And he was in the and that was their era.
Yeah,
that was their era. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm not gonna go that far. I would say this. I say if you put Jay-Z in this era or in Wayne's era, where he had to drop mixtapes and all of that, you know, I don't think he misses a beat. I think he does it too. You know what I'm saying? To one of the greatest to do it. I'm not gonna sit here and say Jay-Z Wayne's colder than Jay-Z, or I'm not saying y'all saying that, but I'm not gonna say that either. Right. I just say it was just a different time, and Wayne has to get credit for being one of the first guys. Now everybody do mixtapes for free, but at that time that was crazy talk.
That was crazy, yeah. Baby even felt like that too, like he oversaturating the market. Yeah. Wayne knew what he was doing. He was going to work. Then he was gonna make everybody else see who really couldn't last. Like if you can't keep up like this, you gonna get left behind. And Wayne made you listen to him because he was spitting balls and he was giving you so much content. You felt like, damn, I'm going to go to him. Because you felt like you was getting something that the other artists wasn't giving you. You know, you waiting for Wayne to say, I'm going to kill this beat. But like I said, Wayne definitely is special and influential. And like I said, just so happening from New Orleans. Just like
I'll say one more thing too. The only thing with Wayne that I always had a problem with was that, to me, for a long time, I guess you can't do it no more because like I said, it's a different game with mixtapes and features and singles, and it's just a different game.
Right.
But I always judge rappers or artists by their body of work, their albums. Mm-hmm. My problem with Wayne was that Carter 1, the Carter 2, 500 Degrees. He wasn't missing. Those were all great. But once he had the spotlight, once everybody was looking at him, I'm going to be real with you, Carter 3, Carter 4. Man,
you didn't like Carter 3?
Nah, I can't say that. His mixtape.
Oh, man. Carter 3 was fire.
I like Carter 3, but I do like Carter 1 and 2 better.
I can agree that maybe 4 and 5 were like a mixed bag. But 5 wasn't actually that bad, though. 5 was
I like 5.
I like 2. I like 2 a lot. Yeah. I like 2. I like 1, I guess, because I miss my dog and bring it back to the bottom of the map.
2 was the best in my opinion.
But Carter 2 was my shit, though. I think
that's the best in my opinion. Yeah.
What's your favorite Carter then, Juan?
Man, I'll probably say I might be being biased. I'll probably say 1, but 2.
A lot of people like 1. They like 1 and 2. New Orleans people. A lot of people game, they like 3. Most people like big fans. They like 3 or 2, but most people like 1 or 2.
I say if I had to pick one, I'd probably say 1, but 2's right there. Look, 2 is also sentimental. 2's Katrina. We all been through it. Right. I was in DC area.
Iron Man came out, nigga. Yeah.
Oh man, look, I was up there in Northern Virginia. I was out there and in DC. And look, everybody, and I'm looking around, everybody like singing the Fireman song and this and that and the other. Like he took over. My beef with him was just his albums lacked concepts. Right. It was just like
rambling.
At least they lacked concepts. I didn't find no real directions in some of his albums where I'm like, dog, you one of the GOATs now. You gotta leave something here, like a body of work where it's like, man, like no one is gonna sit here and question a reasonable doubt.
Right.
No one. Not in their right mind.
I feel like Carter 3 had that. Like I had the song. I like Carter 3. I think Carter 3 had a little more direction for wise, like how he had the song when he had Dr. Carter and all that. The concepts and all that. I liked it. The other one that he had with Jay-Z or whatever and all the Mr. Carter. Like I felt like a little of that was him kind of.
Little bit.
Yeah, I felt like, but I know what you're talking about. Like Kendrick had Good Kid, Mad City, the
whole album is a concept, and it's, like I said, a modern day classic, bro.
Yeah,
Good Kid, Mad City is one of my top.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. It told a story.
Oh yeah,
like the interludes and the skits and shit. I feel like
that was my problem. That was my problem with Wayne. But like I said, it's not. I'm not taking nothing away from him. I'm just like, hey man, you could say his mixtapes, there is some room to say that his mixtapes might have been better than his albums, at least those 3, 4, and 5 in my book. You know what I'm saying? I think what's crazy is 5 is that one that was delayed, right? That Birdman didn't want to get
right.
up,
Yeah, that was the one that just came out.
That to me, and everyone was like, "Oh, it sucks," and all this and that. And
I like that God took his time when he made me. That's my shit right there.
Yeah.
Listen, I think that album, if it would have came out on time,
that fucking Lord have mercy. With him,
listen, you listen to that back end. That whole album is fired. You listen, especially that back end. He had a concept, and I was heartbreak.
Right.
He had a concept, and he was talking. In those last songs, he's talking about heartbreak and this.
You could tell us where he was at in his life at that time.
Right, and I loved it. I was like, "This is what I've been looking for from Wayne," and it was just like bad luck.
When I was younger, I used to always like that. I guess a little more about Wayne and the other artists because I always felt like Wayne was a little more personal. You know, he made the songs about his daddy. You know, about Young and Blues, about his baby mama. A lot of them didn't do that as much, but Wayne was the one like kind of pouring his heart out a lot. So I always did like that a lot. That Wayne did that.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like I said, you know, I like definitely. I think the Carter 5 was really, if it had came out on time, you know, I think that would have been one of his best albums too because it had a concept. The songs were great. You know, he's really going in on them songs, you know. But I think Wayne is like you said, Wayne, it happened to, I think, the drugs with him or the lean or whatever. I think it, in his height, it affected him, I think, to where he could have put out, it was great quality, but he could have put out better quality. I don't know, in my opinion.
Right, like exactly like the I'm Not a Human Being like era is when he started like getting like on that shit and start falling off, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It was like too much drugs. I'm like, dude, nigga.
I don't know if y'all.
Yeah, I'm not saying that in a judgmental way because
no. I mean, but
I done been there. But it affected.
I think it affected him from a creativity thing. He said like he didn't care as much, or just like, oh yeah, it was a metaphor, it was cool, it was something that rhymed, but it didn't have any.
Nah, that bitch was on that.
I know one thing. I don't know if y'all heard about it. That shit that happened with the 10-2, they finally changed that law in Louisiana after over a century. That Jim Crow law on. And,
they've been need to change that shit.
Yeah, it was only here in Oregon, right?
Well, Oregon
only here in Oregon.
Yeah, or Louisiana, Oregon. But Oregon's still fighting because, you know, Oregon, I think they was using it for anything. Like, you go to jail for, like, a burglary and they could use 10 jurors to convict you. I think in Louisiana, if I'm not mistaken, it was only for, like, murders and shit like that. But, like, big charges and I think, like, capital offenses. But I think, like, small shit, like you can steal or something and go to jail in Oregon and get 10 people can convict you. I think I might be wrong, but I know Louisiana is abolished, and but it's not retroactive. With the dudes that's been in prison, like in Angola.
I think it only goes a few years back, right?
It's on direct appeal. So anybody that's doing the appeal right now, they first up for it. But I think the lawyers gonna try to put something together where they could present something to make it retroactive, and then that's when it's gonna affect the other people, and then the prosecutors gonna have to retry them, or probably resentence them, like when they did the juvenile law. When a lot of those dudes that got convicted when they was like 17 or 16 and they went to jail and they was like 30, 40 years old in jail, once the other dudes got the appeal, the guys that was in there on that law, they started coming home and all that. So, like I said, hopefully, you know.
Hopefully that works out. But I mean, I think a lot of times they don't really want that to work out because
they don't.
You know how many people are gonna actually appeal and how busy the court system is gonna be after all this. I mean, it's gonna be hectic.
It's gonna be crazy, but I know they don't have the money to trial them case again, so they're gonna have to try to work out some deals or some shit.
It's gonna alleviate in a weird way. It's gonna help them out because they're overloaded, but at the same time, you know,
they made the problem, Juan. They made the problem.
No. I know, and that's a good thing. Listen, Louisiana is and like, you know, like I guess what John was about to say.
This the South, you know, they do some.
Like this the South. You know, in Louisiana, it's a number 3 or number 4 industry in the whole state.
But we like incarcerate more people than we like we probably
we're number 2. We're number 2 in the country.
I think on what
Oklahoma took over us.
Yeah, Oklahoma number 1 now. Yeah,
Oklahoma took over us, but we held it for years. We were the number 1. The prison complex state.
Yeah, the governor was trying.
You know, we
I'm listening. What you saying?
It's you know, we know it's rooted in racism, and then we also know it's also become because the people that run state government, it's one of the biggest, and there's no industry. Look, if you don't work in the oil fields, or you don't work in the platforms, or you don't got a job on the river out here in New Orleans or wherever,
right?
And if in New Orleans, if you don't work in the hospitality industry, look, if you get yourself a degree if you get yourself a degree in Louisiana, you don't have no job for you waiting here. You got to go to Houston or you got to go out West Coast. Right. So that's the state and the leaders' fault for not having incentives or something in place to keep our talent. So what that's created is now the prison complex system is the number 3 or number 4 industry in the state. So now it's not just
a where they could get in trouble. We want them to go to jail and then make money off them.
And it goes down into the schools too. That it's like they trying to get people in there because it's a business now.
Yeah,
it's a pipeline, and you got politicians that are getting paid plenty of money. Just on a national stage. And look, and I think a lot of it came to light with the Hillary Trump thing,
right?
When they was how the Clintons took a lot of money from that. Yeah, they took a lot of money from that private prison industry on the national level.
Right.
And those and you look at those crime bills from back then.
Bill Clinton did.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. And hey, look, these people aren't on your side. You know what I'm saying? And it goes for the left or the right. So there's a lot more work to do, especially in Louisiana. But that's a great start. You know what I'm saying? That was a beautiful start.
I know we would have been happy because he was advocating for it too. Rest in peace, Fifth Ward. What y'all think about them LSU Tigers, bro? All in 14 NFL. Them dudes went to the NFL. 14 LSU players got drafted. That was
look.
That's
I'm rooting for anybody that's from New Orleans, especially, and we all know Louisiana. To me, Louisiana and Florida are going to be the ones top tier talent that goes in the NFL. So obviously, I'm a little biased.
Still my favorite, yeah.
But I'm gonna be real with you. I don't care about the LSU Tigers, dog. And look, no, it ain't even that.
I don't watch college football. To me, honestly, I don't watch.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm a Saints fan first.
We know that
first and foremost. All right, so I'm gonna be real with you. Before Katrina, all right, them LSU fans, and we know what their fan base consists of. You know what I'm saying? We don't even gotta go into it. Okay. Them dudes are just like anything Louisiana, anything New Orleans related. They hated on. Them LSU fans used to hate on the Saints. They hated New Orleans. They hate everything. So I remember being young and arguing with these cats like, y'all are trash. They had Donardo over there. A lot of my friends I went to Curtis with ended up going over there once Saban took over. But let's be real. LSU wasn't even recruiting from New Orleans. Dudes in New Orleans had to get recruited from Miami or Florida. You know what I'm saying? So I have it goes back, but I don't like LSU.
I think the program going in a different direction, but I know what you're saying.
It's changed. Oh, Saban.
What it was doing and all that, just like they was taking the players from Grambling and all that when they had all the great players at Grambling State and stuff like that. Southern
Saban changed it. Saban made a concerted effort. To this day, Saban got connections in New Orleans, strong connections in New Orleans, and he gets those guys that ball out, and he gets them over there in Alabama. He got them in LSU, et cetera, et cetera. I'm glad for them, but I'm going to be real with you. I'm all about the Saints first, and I don't care because look at the draft. You got to separate the two. We got to be LSU fan if we a Saints fan. No, we don't. No, we don't. Y'all, all them LSU fans, all of them people, they started being Saints fans after Katrina. I've been on this train. You know what I'm saying? So look, they mad. Look at them. They mad because they think we had a bad draft because we didn't pick one of those LSU guys. Come on, dog. Look, I'm gonna be real with you. The Saints are fine without picking LSU.
Like I said, you on the sports a little more than me with them, so I ain't gonna.
Look at Twitter. They was mad because the real reason they was mad was because we didn't pick a LSU Tiger. And they say we had a bad draft. Every analyst got us having a good draft. You look at the Vikings loss, their rush was coming up the middle. You look at when Breeze got hurt against the St. Louis Rams. It was from pressure up the middle, the play where he busts his hand open. Yeah. So they drafted a need. So they had a good draft. They drafted but look, why is Twitter mad? Why are the Saints fans mad? The so-called Saints fans.
Why nobody from Green Bay ain't draft nobody from LSU? Why Green Bay picked nobody from LSU?
I ain't really watched the draft, so I don't know though.
I don't know. I'm gonna be real with you. Why? Why? That's your team. That's your team.
You know the package, my team.
That's your team.
That's what he's fucking with me. Yeah.
I don't know what they was doing over there. They trying to get rid of Rodgers already. It looks like.
God damn, dog.
Yeah,
they drafted a quarterback.
The quarterback never don't want to train another quarterback to take his job. So Deion said quarter like Brett Favre didn't want nobody.
No,
he held Rodgers really to the last thing or whatever.
No.
Like anybody help you take.
I respect it, man. You don't want to show somebody how to replace you. You know, I respect it.
Right.
I respect it. But so my feelings about the drafts as we talking about it is I think we had a really good draft. They picked up some really good players. I think once you go into the 3rd, 4th round, 5th round, those are just like, you know, lucky picks. If you hit, it's kind of luck, you know. But with you getting your guys that you want to get, and the thing is, we didn't have a pick in the 2nd round, I think, right? But we got 1st and 2nd round talent at all our picks because it was a deep draft at certain positions. So we had a good draft. And I don't care if they mad if we didn't get no LSU players. You know what I'm saying? I'm not tripping. Right. I'm not tripping. It's all about the Saints, baby.
Rolling with the Saints.
That's it. New Orleans Saints all day.
That's what it is, dog. But like I said, I'm gonna wrap it up. And I guess we'll just see what we do on the next episode or whatever. But I appreciate y'all dudes, bro. Y'all Jay Boogie, Juan Wizard, whatever. It was a pleasure. We chopped it up about a lot of good shit. I hope everybody enjoyed this episode and shit like that. Holla, y'all.
All right, for sure, man.
I bet.
All right, y'all be cool. Y'all boys be cool.